If you turned on this video, it means you want to learn how to make colorful animations in the style of low poly. For this, you only need to learn. Just kidding. You don't need to know absolutely nothing about Blender. You just need to understand that we will work in a 3D program and not in a household appliance. Of course, I'm kidding because I know that big adventures await us. And I'm editing this video with the understanding that you will support me. This is part 1 of the tutorial on creating a low poly scene in Blender. Let's get started.
Stop.
Before we begin, I want to ask you the most important question. If you answer it, you will save a lot of time. What do you want to do in the Blender? If you want to make the same animations in the style of low poly, I recommend you the channel CG Boost, thanks to which I was able to understand how to create these animations. I advise everyone to visit this channel. It describes everything step by step. In the future, my channel will publish tutorials on many animations. In addition to Blender, I will release how to make scenes from films in Unreal Engine. My channel will be focused on a large audience of 2 programs. Let's get started. The first step is to download the Blender. To do this, go to any browser and write download Blender 4.2. This is the most current version to date. Go to 4.2 release and download the version like mine. To download it, click on it once. Now all that remains is to wait.
2,000 years later.
After downloading, install on any disk. Let's go to Blender, and your menu is displayed, in which your latest saved projects will be. When you go into Blender, you will think that everything here is very complicated and impossible to control the camera. But it's okay, I'll help you with this. Operating the camera is very easy. To make it easier for you, I will display the keys that I press. Move the camera by holding down the right mouse button. After that, it will rotate on all axes. Of course, it will be very unusual right away, but after 3 hours in the Blender, you will ask yourself why it was so difficult. You need to zoom in on the mouse wheels. Okay, you have mastered your first steps. Now let's get down to a more complex one. For example, interaction with the object. There is nothing difficult here. Select the object with the left mouse button. It begins to light up. You can move it, rotate it, change its size. By clicking on the tab, you are taken to the mod edit of this object. Edit mod will be the most basic in the creation of any of your models. Thanks to it, you can change and edit your cube. If you don't have them, then you need to nominate them. Also in edit mod, you can choose how you will edit your model. You can interact with object points, with edges and surfaces. You can choose a tool, surface editing, and do absolutely everything. Also in the next lesson, we will talk and dive into more complex Blender mechanics. Now let's start placing objects. For this, you need to hold down 2 keys, Shift plus A, and you will open the Objects menu. In this menu, there are simple figures from which beautiful models and scenes will be obtained later. You can also copy objects. Shift plus D. I also want to add. Now, I have shown you a very small part of Blender, but I think that I am doing it right. Because in other tutorials, you will be stuffed with unnecessary settings of the Blender itself. At the moment, we will talk about the things that you need in creating films and low poly animations. Thank you all for watching. I am waiting for everyone at the next tutorial related to full immersion in animation.